In this video, I'll be talking the basics of like quilts as well as like base layers I do wear, and just any other sleeping items I put on or I just put over myself to keep myself warm. So all the gear all of the sleep system I have and clothing I'm going to be talking about in this video will be in the description link below. So it's just a gear list I do have put together for you guys so that you guys can go check it out and see if you guys are interested in any of these items. I had a lot of questions regarding what I sleep in, like do I bring a blanket whenever I go backpacking, or do I bring some kind of other material that's much heavier? But no, I do not. I bring a quilt. I bring my quilt. I have quilts. I have two types of quilts actually. I have a summer quilt that's for 45 degrees Fahrenheit and above, and then 45 degrees Fahrenheit and below. So those are two different types of quilts I do have. One's for summer, spring time, and one's for more like winter and fall type of conditions. But the first item I do have for quilts and a blanket that I use to keep myself warm will be the Line Quilt Enigma. This is the bad boy right here. It's very large, and the reason why I choose a quilt over a sleeping bag is the purpose of that a quilt is much lighter. Quilts have no backing to it, so it eliminates any more ounces that you do carry. The reason for that is because you use your sleeping pad, like the Nemo tensor that I do have, I'll talk about later on in this video. I use a sleeping pad as the backing for it, so there's no need to be carrying more than what I should. And I'm just going to talk about the Line Quilt Enigma. This is a 20 degree Fahrenheit quilt. This quilt has no backing, like I just said. It comes with these clips, so you clip around your sleeping pad so that the quilt doesn't shift off. And then let me talk more about the foot box that it comes with. It comes with the foot box at the end, so a lot of their other quilts, it has the little drawstring attachment to it, to where you can open up the toe box to have more ventilation through it. But I chose not to, because this is more for like through hiking, or more for those winter, fall weather conditions. The reason why I really do like this Enigma is because it is 850 fill power. Fill power is basically how much feathers they stuff into these quilts. This is a 20 degree Fahrenheit quilt, like I just said, I believe. I think I just said it, yeah. And it's 10D and 10D inner and 10D in outside. The Line Quilt, they actually send me these straps that go around your sleeping pad, which is pretty cool. I love this thing. This thing can be very, very warm at night, and it did phenomenal. I have no complaints about it, and I like how it's 850 down, so that it can compress as much as possible, and it just stuffs really well into a dry sack. And it's really light. It's super light. It's like 1.5 pounds, I believe, like 20 ounces. What else? It comes with these little buttons that go around your neck, and then at the end of it, it has this drawstring right here, and with this drawstring, it actually cinches down around your neck, which is really nice whenever you're really cold and you just don't want to know that cold air going in there. You want to keep all the heat in. This thing keeps me super warm. It has a feather sticking out of it already. Do you see that? Look at that little feather. Yeah, so this is the quilt I do use whenever it's 40. I know it's gonna be 45 degrees and under. So, anyways, moving on to this over here somewhere. All right, and then the other quilt that I do use whenever it's like 45 degrees and above. I have this Get Out Gear quilt. It's just a blanket. There's nothing special about it, but it compresses just as well, like really well, as the Enigma. And it has as well some buttons as well on it. That's a feature that I don't really use. I usually just button it up and hang it up in my closet. But with quilts, any type of quilt, you don't really want to keep it stuffed and compact the whole time. Quality of it goes down over the years, basically, when you keep it compressed. You gotta let it fluff out into like a drawstring bag, or like just stuff it inside your dry bags in your pack liner. What else? This quilt is amazing. I've been having this ever since I've gone backpacking, and it hasn't lost any of its loft. I keep it hung up in my closet. It's very, very warm. I have taken this quilt all the way to 40 degrees, and it can be just as warm. This is 1.5 pounds. This quilt. It compacts very well into a dry bag. Like, it's very cheap if you want to just get in backpacking and you don't want to buy expensive gear. Alright, so now we're going to talk about my clothing or my sleeping pad. I think we'll talk about my sleeping pad. Alright, so the sleeping pad I do have is the Nemo Tensor. This is the old version. I know they came out with the new version that has better technology. It keeps you warmer. This has more of a lower R value. The R value is basically how warm it keeps you. So the higher the R value, the more warmth it's going to give you. This thing has served me very well. It's very nice on my hips because I'm a side sleeper at times. This thing is amazing. It comes with a little inflation sack. It has this valve right here that clips to the actual sleeping pad itself. So it just clips onto here like so, and then you can just roll the air into your sleeping pad without getting lightheaded or anything. Because in the past I had other sleeping pads, they didn't have an inflation sack, and that is worth my carry weight, to be honest with you, because I hate coming to camp after a long day's hike and you're in this high elevation, low elevation, whatever, but you're hiking all day. The last thing you want to do is just blow constantly into an inflation sack, get lightheaded, and then you're like, it takes forever. The Nemo Tensor has these baffles on it, so it's kind of like grooves on it, to where it kind of like, I don't know, it's just really comfortable on it. That's the only thing I can say about it. It has R value, I think, of like 4 or 3, but it's kind of in the low section, or 2, I don't know, but I love this thing. This thing's amazing. Alright, so we're gonna move on to my clothing, what I sleep in. I guess I'll start out with my Patagonia Capleen long sleeve. This thing is amazing. Like when it's hot, it keeps me cool. It's just made for the cold and it keeps you very warm. Especially, I even wear this in the summer and I don't sweat like constantly. But if I do get hot enough, I'll just take this off, no big deal. And then I have the Patagonia Capleens bottoms. These are the long version. I bought this years ago, but this keeps you just as warm as well. I have no complaints about it. It's just a base layer, both for the Capleens. So if I get even more colder than what I should be, I'll just throw those base layers on and keep on hiking. And then moving on with my socks I wear when I sleep, and that will be my Darn Tough full cushion socks. It keeps me fairly warm, but I see myself upgrading this in the future. I love these socks. I swear by Darn Tough because they have lifetime warranty, as well as it's made out of merino wool. Merino wool kind of like pushes all the sweat to the top of the sock instead of keeping it inside of the sock where it makes your foot all mushy and stuff. And then moving on, I have my quick drying little small towel. It's ultra light towel. I throw this inside the dry bag with my quilt and my sleeping clothes because I use this to wipe down all the condensation in the inside of my tent. Because my tent is a single wall tent, so I just throw this bad boy and wipe it all down, squeeze all the water. And then I keep my sleeping pad and inflation sack on the outside of the dry bag and just use it as padding for my Waymark backpack. And it's just using for like cushion on my back. Yeah, everything I did mention in this video will be in the comments below, not in the comments, but everything in this video out in Tual, help me out here. Everything I mentioned in this video will be in a link description below. I will have a link to it. Just go to the gear list, and it has a list of all the gear I do have, and you'll see all the things I talked about in this video. But yeah, I think that's about it. In the future, I'll be going over another video that I have surprise for you guys. I have a trip coming up very soon, and it's gonna be very exciting. I'm excited to share that content with you guys. It's gonna be worth every second of it, I promise you. Alright, so that's everything in the video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye.